When Joe Schoen took over as the Giants general manager, he told everybody he believes you could build a roster that compete for today and build for tomorrow. And I finally think we're on that path. We got some exciting news to break down on today's show. But first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We put out free videos every single day on the New York Football Giants. And we are going live for every game this season, starting this Saturday against the Buffalo Bills. This game kicks off at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live with the tailgate an hour before. So subscribe, turn your notifications on, and if you're going to be there, type real one down in the comments section. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and on today's show, we're going to react to an article that came out from ESPN where they ranked every single team's talent under the age of 25. I think it's pretty damn exciting. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. I don't know if I already said that. Let's dive into the video. This is how ESPN kind of went about ranking these rosters, saying their methodology. As is our standard, we have created these rankings based on a combination of factors. Number of starts made by players under 25 years old. Number of snaps played by players under 25. Quality of play by players under 25 years old, age adjusted to capture the fact that a 21-year-old player of X ability will likely improve more than a 23-year-old player of X ability, and with the extra consideration given to Pro Bowl and All-Pro selections. Value and length of player contracts, relative importance of position, with quarterbacks being more important than running backs, and off-ball linebackers and specialists being less important than other positions. Draft value added in the 2025 draft, particularly in the first 3 rounds. Expected key starters and reserves under 25 years old for teams in 2025, and significant injuries or suspensions that will affect the 2025 availability of players under 25 years old. So that is how ESPN went about ranking these teams. And the New York Giants, they are near the top. And this is the first time in a long time the New York Giants are being looked at by non-biased sources as an extremely talented young football team. The Houston Texans come in at number 1, the Seattle Seahawks at number 2, your rival in the NFC East, the Washington Commanders at number 3, the New York Football Giants, our football team, number 4. Giants being number 4 on any list outside of picking at the top of the NFL draft is always good. And number 5, the Chicago Bears. In this article, ESPN named some players that they called blue chip talent. Here are the top 5 blue chip players. The Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, Derek Stingley Jr., and Kamari Lassiter. Then you got the Seattle Seahawks with Devon Witherspoon, Byron Murphy II, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Washington Commanders with just 2 players, and Jane Daniels and Brandon Coleman. I don't understand how the Giants can have 4 players and the Commanders have 2. I get it. They more heavily weigh the quarterback position, but I think the Giants' young talent of Nabers, Carter, Dart, and Thibodeaux is better than the Commanders. And then you got the Caleb Williams and Chicago Bears with Rome Odunze, Darnell Wright, and Colston Loveland. I think the Giants are actually potentially the second best team of this list. I'd be cool with anyone putting the Texans above them and the Seahawks, but I think third is safe, and I think you can make the argument for second. When you see where the Giants rank based off of their NFC East rivals, they're second, with 4th, the Philadelphia Eagles at 14th, and the Dallas Cowboys at 17th. The higher up on this list, obviously, the better. And I'm not saying that with this new young talent under 25 years old, it's going to create wins this year for the New York Giants, but you're back on the right track, and you're improving year after year. Last year when ESPN put out this article, the Giants came in ranked at number 13. So they jumped from 13th to number 4, and that is a massive improvement. The blue chip players for the Giants, they're all still really young. It's 25 and under, but Malik Nabers is just 22 years old. Abdul Carter, I know he hasn't played a snap, but don't be that loser. This guy's going to be an all-world player, 21 years old. A lot of stuff to prove still for Jaxson Dart at 22 and Kayvon Thibodeaux at 24 years old. Unlike other teams that were ranked on this list, the Giants still had some primetime talent that just graduated, notable graduated players according to ESPN. They ranked Tyrone Tracy and Micah McFadden as they are 25 years old. They didn't mention Javon Holland, though, and I don't know how. He was arguably the best safety in NFL free agency, and he is still just 25 years old. There was a point in his time as a Dolphin where people looked at him as a top 2, top 3 safety. So he was 25 years old. I think he's going to bounce back with the New York Giants. Also, this team has other young, talented players that I believe are just scratching the surface of who they're going to be. Cam Scadaboo is going to be a freak in this league. He's going to be really good. I'm confident about that. He's going to be a running back that we look back in 6 years like, why did he last that far in the NFL draft? Wan'Dale Robinson finally getting to play with the professional quarterback. I feel like we're going to get to see why the Giants picked him in round 2. Dio Johnson's going to have a big year this year. Too big, too strong, too fast, too athletic, and he's no longer dealing with the old quarterbacks. Andrew Phillips was one of the best slot corners in all of football last year as a rookie, and I believe he's going to take another step as he enters his sophomore season at 23 years old. And same with Tyler Nubin. It has been nothing but rave review after rave review for Tyler Nubin. Still just 24 years old, entering year 2 after being a second-round pick. I love what the Giants have on the back half of their defense with Nubin and Javon Holland. There's still also some young players on this team under the age of 25 that the Giants invested heavy draft capital into that I believe still have a chance to show that they belong in this league. Evan Neal at guard has looked pretty good at training camp. He's started off really hot, and then once the schemes on defense got a little bit more, I would just say, tougher to handle for him and more diverse, he struggled a little bit. Deonte Banks, 24 years old. He's entering year 3. It's now or never for him. Am I going to be shocked if he has a good season? No. Cordell Flott somehow is still just 23 years old. And for him being in the CB2 battle at training camp, I love that. He's a great quality depth piece at that age. He could still continue to get better. And we all know Jalen Hyatt has had a heck of an offseason. He's starting to come around in training camp now after he's bounced back from that hamstring injury. And with Russell Wilson, I truly believe sky is the limit for him. So you still have so many young players on this team that were not mentioned that could still get better and better and better. Couple more thoughts on this topic coming up in a second. But if you want to take advantage of this deal, this shirt was $40. Now it's $32. Go to this link, chatsports.com/Giants sale. That's chatsports.com/Giants sale. I know everybody believes that their rookie class is going to be great, and I am everybody. But I do think Darius Alexander is a special player as he was the 65th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. I think he's going to start to heat up here pretty quickly. He hasn't had the best training camp. Wasn't too active in the Giants' offseason spring organized team activities, but I think he's going to end up being a starting defensive tackle on this team. And Marcus Poe, I understand he was a 5th or 6th round pick, whatever it was. He's looked good at right tackle. He's looked good at left tackle. I think he should be the swing tackle on this team, and I'm not going to be shocked if this time next year he's your starting right tackle as Jermaine Illuminor may be leaving after this year looking for a mega contract. I've stood on this show 1,000 times, especially last year, saying Joe Schoen should have been fired, and I still believe that at that point. But he had a heck of an offseason. He had a heck of a draft, and he deserves credit. This team, when he took over from Dave Gettleman, was old, expensive, and didn't have young talent. Now with the Giants, operated by Joe Schoen, they're young, they have young talent, they're in a great spot salary cap-wise, they still have all of their picks, and they've got good veteran talent as well, like Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Andrew Thomas, if he can get healthy. Like, there is still top-tier talent as well of complementary pieces of youth. Like, this team is on the right path. Again, I don't know if that's going to result in them going to the playoffs this year. I don't know if they're going to win 8, 9, 10, 11 games this year. But I believe they're on the right path. And I believe Joe Schoen deserves a lot of credit. I've been one of his loudest critics, and I think it's all been deserved. I've been fair on his evaluation as a general manager, and I'm someone that can always give credit when it's due. Like, I live by this motto: play good, talk good. Play bad, talk bad. Coach good, talk good. Coach bad, talk bad. And same for the GMs. Team's on the right path. He deserves a lot of credit for it. Still work to be done. This team still has a lot of pieces they need to add. They need to get better at certain positions, but they are on the right path. If you agree with me, hit that thumbs up icon and show your general manager, Joe Schoen, some love. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. We'll be back in the afternoon with a video recapping training camp practice. So subscribe, turn those notifications on.